good evening, wherever you might be in the world. Just a thought was crossing my mind for today, and I feel that I want to share it with you. Buenos días todo el mundo. Buenas tardes, buenas noches, donde sea que se encuentren en el mundo ustedes. Una idea me cruzó por la mente y siento que la debo de compartir con ustedes. ¿Dónde creen ustedes que podríamos haber fallado en lo que es el crecer como una familia unida? And I want to ask you a question. Where do you think that we could have failed in growing as a family in unity, a unified family? If you were to ask me, and I will share with you my personal opinion, that is, from the very beginning, we allowed somebody to dictate us how to do things in every level of our lives. Si me lo preguntaran a mí, yo les diría mi humilde opinión. ¿Dónde es que fallamos? Fallamos porque permitimos que alguien empezara a dictarnos a nosotros. No tomaron en cuenta nuestra opinión y empezaron a decir cómo nosotros es que debemos de funcionar en toda área de nuestra vida. Piénselo muy bien. ¿Qué significa eso? ¿Qué comer? ¿Cómo nos vamos a educar? ¿Cómo nos vestimos? ¿Qué es apropiado? ¿Cómo actuar? ¿Cómo hablar? Piénselo. When we allowed them to dictate us how we can behave, where we can behave in a certain manner, they gave us education, what we are to eat, how our life should be and look like. Think about it. Mi manera es esta. Es hora de que nosotros reclamemos nuestra libertad y decidamos cómo nos queremos educar, cómo queremos vivir, porque nos han separado. Piénselo muy bien. ¿Cómo nos han separado? Bueno, los niños van a la escuela, los grandes van a la universidad, nosotros en la casa, otros trabajando, y al final del día casi ni siquiera logramos compartir como familia. ¿Y a dónde va todo el dinero? El que trabaja, el dinero va a las tiendas de ropa, comida. La que queda en casa, la que limpia y hace el aseo, todos los químicos y artículos que requiere para hacer la limpieza. Las escuelas pues están educando a los niños para que ellos sigan esa misma rutina. Trabaje, haga dinero, compre las cosas que las cucarachas crean. Bueno, y las ratas también. Y es un sistema que va como la rata en la rueda. Pero debieron de haber sido ellos los que quedaron ahí en esa rueda. Pero nosotros nos dejamos caer. Ahí cualquier comentario que gusten compartirme, ustedes son bienvenidos siempre. Y aunque sea un comentario negativo, ya sea que no le guste mi mensaje, será por algo. Pero más me encantaría que fuera de algunos de esos que han caído atrás de las rejas, porque por una u otra razón o no tenían el dinero para defenderse, o se les chispoteó y han aceptado ser privados de su libertad. Porque aquí les quiero agregar esto. Todos los que son privados de libertad, no hay un sistema para que ustedes mejoren. El sistema que ellos crearon es para quitarle a usted las fuerzas, las ganas de vivir. Y ellos con la osadía le dicen, con tal osadía le dicen que usted quebró las reglas. Si usted quebró la regla desde un principio, cuando usted aceptó ir a aceptar ese sistema que ellos crearon, ir a las tiendas que ellos mismos han creado, tiendas de ropa, tiendas de gas, tiendas de comida, tiendas de carros, todos esos negocios que son franquicias están ahí. Y si no, revise muy bien y espere lo que va a pasar con el banco Chase, porque yo espero que suficientes de nosotros ya lleguemos a actuar y podamos hacer que ese negocio ya se les caiga, ya se les tumbe, porque sin nosotros ese negocio no va a seguir. Si nosotros dejamos de consumirles la basura que ellos han creado, ellos no van a poder seguir en el negocio de extraernos a nosotros el dinero, como cuando nos comemos una naranja, hasta la estofa nos comemos, ¿verdad? When you decide to stop falling into their system and consuming all those big chains that they have created, because as I was saying to you, many empires have been lifted and many have fallen because they have created systems that finally enough people got together and said, enough is enough. But then they start back up again under a different name, but with the same rules, to plant fear in us so they can control us. Think about it. They divide us. That's how they conquer us. Think about it today. How is your soul? Have you been able to have that joy where you say, I was able to enjoy my child or my parent? They have divided us. Certain ages go to school, certain ages go to universities. Some have to work, some have to maintain the house. And many times there's nobody at the house because both parents have to work. Even the grandparents have to work to keep up with the system that they have designed. Those franchise businesses, those gas stations, where you buy your clothing, your food, where you eat at once a month, if you're lucky, because in some countries, not even once a month, people are able to go and eat that chicken or that steak. So the empires come and go. The people change. There are just a few of them dominating the masses, squeezing money out of us. I know you're very smart. Follow Chase Bank. See what's going to happen with them. Hopefully enough of us make the decision to stop using the banks, because they're not managing our money. They have manipulated you into letting them make money off of you. Some of us, sometimes we fail to make it to the bank by a few hours, and you wrote 5 checks. How much are they gonna penalize you because you wrote that check? $30? Maybe 35? I stopped writing checks a long time ago. Jesus Altanasio Pancho, hola Pancho. Hi, Jesus Altanasio. Pancho, nice to see you here. So my beautiful people, I believe that we can decide how we want to run our lives, how we want our families to grow. We want to be together. We no longer want to continue being separated. Because, they state, if you don't send your children to school, they will send the parents to jail. Would you like to go to jail? That's the fear. But if we eliminate their systems and we take our power back and we elect and we choose those people that want us to be better, to assist us, not to dictate, not to control, but to assist us into building families strong, healthier. You know what Big Pharma has done, correct? All those doctors. The latest career that most people are going for is quantum. It begins with quantum physics and then moves on. The study of everything that's physical. What about up way above us, the universe? Because if you're awake, you know now, we have never been alone. We are an experiment, and we are developing the desire to be a good experiment or a false, failed experiment. In one of the videos I shared with you about in Spanish I'm thinking of it, cadena alimenticia, the food chain. Have you figured it out? At what level are you in the food chain? Because they are predators. Those rats and those roaches, they are predators. They have gathered up and formed those teams from a long time ago. G1, G2, G20, the Rothschild. And I mentioned this in one of the videos yesterday. Why is it that so much money has been able to be controlled by that one family alone? And I believe it's 80 castles that they own. And one of them at one time invested a lot of money into science because they wanted to find out the basis for the disease that a particular member in their family had. If you put two and two together and you keep mixing those two together over and over again, what do you think is going to happen? Within the same family, they marry each other. Genetics, it's a very unique print of our blood that we have. That information can only be mixed certain amount of times until it becomes like an atomic bomb. It will explode. The deformations. Somebody was saying, if they created autism, what do you think? Those rats and those roaches, they created autism? If you were to see all the history of the Rothschild, what they did with their own family, how they kept them, because they were not able to participate in their society because of the disease that they developed. Yes, they lived They didn't kill them. They did not finish them up because, they had to protect their own. But they have seen us like those piles of ants that they can step over and manipulate for their own purpose. And like I said, every judge, every lawyer, every police, every one of them may not know exactly what they're getting themselves into. But when they get to a certain level, they cannot deny it, that they knew what kind of game they were playing. And that is to control you, to dictate you what kind of life you should live. And pretty soon, the world is splitting. If you have not yet decided on what side of the court you want to play, and I mean literally, once you walk to the court, up to where the judge is at, that's going to be one world. And the side, as you enter the door, and you decide, I'm not going to play their game, I will not allow them to dictate me through those corporations that they have created, those structures, those systems, because I will stop right now and I want to be able to build my own life. We have everything that we need. But those that are going to be stepping up to that court and play with them, you're going to be told how long you can live, how you're going to live, how you're going to educate, if you're even going to be allowed to be educated. Think about that. And you're going to be divided at all times because they don't want you to enjoy your life. The only purpose that you will serve is to be their slave. Do the hard work. I'm gonna see if in another short video I'm gonna put the site of this Sumerian text. The best way that I can explain it to you in a few words is, in there you will see the different hierarchies. That's a word that doesn't come out too clear, but I'm sure that you can grasp enough to figure out what I'm trying to say. How and when things came to be, and how we became that experiment, and why is it that many races are still debating whether we have become a good experiment or not, if we're going to be able to make it, because we have been faking it up until now. Yes. You know that phrase that we say? You fake it until you make it. There's no more time. The food chain, it's closing up. And the only ones that are going to survive are the ones that figure out to not be a victim of the predators and to be good. Good to save yourself. Because nobody's going to save you. And you're not going to be able to save even your own family. Because some of them, they will rebel and not believe what you're saying and believe in what they see. There's a lot of things coming up. Volcanoes are going to start getting, they're going to fire up. Some crashes, eruptions, water, sea level is going to rise. We're going to be seeing a lot of things up in the sky. And a lot of stuff is going to be coming from underneath us. Because we have done a lot of destruction. are we gonna be able to save what we are able to save? Starting with ourselves. When you realize that you were that experiment and many are watching you, they don't have many hopes on you making it. That you don't know as much as you thought you did. But because we have been in denial, you are so much more. Your potential is infinite. When you believe in yourself, when you believe that the Creator, God, Jesus, call it whatever you want, and that your ancestors, many are around you, all you gotta do is ask for help, ask for wisdom, ask for sight, ask your heart and your mind to go within and find out who you are. Find that good, beautiful spark that each one of us have. That's if you choose to do that. You'll find it. I love your soul. I love your existence. But first, you gotta love yourself. I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye. Siempre les comparto y les digo que amo su existencia y amo su alma. Pero así como les compartí, que si revisaran ustedes en qué parte de esa cadena alimenticia están ustedes, y estoy yo, nos daremos cuenta que hay jerarquías, que hemos permitido que esas ratas y esas cucarachas nos invadieran, nos manipularan a nosotros de tal manera que les hicieron creer a ustedes que eran tan poca cosa, que no la íbamos a hacer. Pero en el momento de la creación, en ese experimento, porque somos un experimento, ya sabemos, entre todas esas cosas que vienen, las erupciones volcánicas, los fuegos, las mareas, se van a estar levantando, el nivel del mar se va a levantar en algunos lugares y el mundo se va a tener que dividir. Pero si usted decide seguir igual y subirse en esa corte, porque literalmente cuando usted entra al sistema de ellos, y es lo único que usted quiere aceptar, y no quiere aprender y enseñarse y perseguir la sabiduría, porque todo está escrito, todo se ha profetizado, verá usted que hay una chispa de ese Creador dentro de nosotros. Y ahí es donde usted puede decidir. Me subo a la banqueta, a la corte, o me quedo aquí porque yo creo en mí, porque yo sé quién yo soy, porque yo sé que yo puedo ser para bien. Yo voy a hacer ese experimento y voy a demostrarme a mí mismo, a mí misma, que yo me amo, que yo voy a ser feliz y no seguir esas expectativas que alguien más le resuelva a usted la vida, porque ahí es donde hemos estado fallando, que alguien nos permita enseñarnos a nosotros. We got disconnected for some reason, but as I was saying, I will try and put in a short video and give you the site where you can go and see about the Sumerian texts. It's literally a Bible, how we came to be. And if you understand, you will be able to see that we are an experiment. And you can decide what kind of experiment results you're gonna be. So I'll leave you for now. Como les estaba diciendo, si tienen a alguien que habla inglés, voy a tratar de buscarlo en español y procuraré de que sea en español para que usted pueda comprender y ver que en los textos de Cimeria va a explicar muy bien dónde nosotros fuimos creados y que usted decida si este creador cometió un error, porque si usted decide ser un resultado bueno de ese experimento, rescatarse, amarse, perdonarse, pero sobre todo comprenderse, primero que nada, antes de asistir a alguien más, quizás cuando se divida el mundo, porque de que se va a dividir, eso es un hecho. Y los que vayan a caminar ahí donde está el juez, donde están las cucarachas y las ratas, que le están quitando a los otros, como pasó en Venezuela por los últimos 25 años, pero eso viene de mucho atrás. Todos los países tienen un sistema corrupto, donde todos buscan para su buche y dejan a los demás que hay que se la arreglen ellos solos. Los han manipulado, los han maltratado y controlado con miedo. Para que ustedes, ojalá, recuperen el discernimiento y decidan si se van a ir por lo material, por lo económico, y van a ponerse del lado de lo espiritual, porque esta es una guerra espiritual, es su espíritu, su alma, la que está a ser perdida. Y los dejo, les hablo después. Chao. Ask me that before you get any more, there's a water back. I'm super thirsty. I gotta drink something. Because I'm sure you don't have enough water. No. Okay, there you go. Underneath the seat. Isn't it? No. Oh, shoot. I put it in the back. I remember now because I was bouncing around all over the place. Ouch, you closed it too. Let me, I better do it over there because I don't want anybody seeing me drinking it here. I've seen a couple girls, I'm like, oh my gosh, those beautiful girls are just like, they're so cute, but they look so sad. Like they're depressed, like they're dragging a sack of stones or something on their shoulders. So how was your day?
Good, long.
Doesn't it? It feels like it's a long day. School should be different. The mayor he put out a video where he's gonna run for mayor again.
I need to go get my clothes on there.
I know. That's what I thought we were gonna want to go to the house. Like a state trooper over there, ready to catch somebody. Now I can drink. Can I borrow your straw for a moment? So I don't have to. Huh?
It's not gonna reach that much.
This thing is almost full. Oh, I was so thirsty. I should have drank some water over there, but I was like, if I drink it now, I'm gonna end up needing to go pee. There. So I guess now you can almost begin to count how many days you got left, right?
Yeah.
Why don't I turn over there?
Could have, but it doesn't matter.
So I keep trying to remember over here, where is it that I turn? I'm like, I woke up this morning, Kira, and I'm like, I want to stay in bed a little bit longer. I'm glad I listened to myself because I felt this cramp, the Charlie horse. Oh, I was on my right leg. Oh my gosh, if I would have been driving, what would happen to people when they get a Charlie horse and they're driving? Let's say they only got one leg. They have no control of the vehicle.
It's up here.
Because that pain, it paralyzes you. It's so awful. This one?
Yeah. No, not this one. The next one. This
Yeah,
one.
like, that's not it. And I had to eat some of that liver for the iron. But I hope I make enough money to order me a bottle of iron pills from Amway. So I don't want to take a chance from any other place. They say they're organic, but they're not. Oh, did I tell you Jamir is going to be studying electrician? Jamir is going to go to become an electrician.
That's surprising.
That's what?
That's surprising.
I think Mama Aurora is pushing him to do something like that.
Yeah.
Because, he can't really do things that are physical. But that stuff, you gotta be sharp. You gotta look at Joshua. Joshua's forcing himself to do all that stuff to be a pole man. He's proved himself to be capable of going up there on a pole and do all that stuff. Even with his big butt. So I thought he was getting skinnier, he was losing his butt. No, he still has a big butt. I put this here because that's what's so negative energies, little roaches trying to invade our conversation.